Inside 6 Yards is proudly supported by 1951 Goalkeeper Coaching.
For more information, you can visit their website at 1951goalkeepercoaching.com.au
Or you can find them on Facebook
or Instagram.
at 1951 Goalkeeper Coaching.
Links are in the description below.
Oh, hey everyone, welcome back. Happy New Year. This is another episode in the new year, Inside the 6 Yards. With me, as always, in the new year as well, my co-host.
Mr. Tommy Gunn.
Yes, look, it's been a little while in between takes.
Just a little while.
Just a little while.
Just a little while.
We're hoping everyone out there had a good Christmas, a good New Year, and was safe and somewhat fit to bring in the new year.
Yeah. Not had too much Christmas pudding.
Yeah, or roast or whatever your family has.
Oh, everything.
Everything and everything.
Every Christmas tradition you can think of. Yes.
Well, I celebrated a Russian Christmas. They actually celebrate it the 25th of December. That's Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Jeez.
25th, yeah.
It hasn't been that
That's
long
when
ago.
Santa comes.
Yeah, when the old man Nick comes. And they actually celebrate on the New Year, so New Year's Eve. Same type of thing. But
Okay.
they just celebrate on the New Year's Eve, so the food and that. So
Right, okay.
yeah, it was good. Listen to Putin's New Year speech or Christmas speech, which was interesting. Still looks the same.
Right, okay.
Yeah, there was no bears or vodka or anything in the video, but yeah, it was good. It was it had subtitles, so I actually knew what was going on. So
Oh, that's good. That helps.
yeah, well, it does. Yeah,
Makes it a bit more interesting for you because you're just sitting there like,
just checking. Yep, yeah, cool.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Yep.
So yeah, I think it was like minus 30. I think when we looked up what the weather was
Russia?
in Russia. I think it was Moscow. Maybe I think it was.
Oh, wow.
Well,
That's a lot.
That's cold.
That's a lot of cold.
And I was wondering why the Russian Premier League isn't starting up until February. It's probably because it's too damn cold to play football.
Well, yeah, it takes them like a couple of hours just to like shovel away all the
Yeah.
snow. You know?
We've seen that in the Premier League sometimes. You see
It's
like,
true, yeah.
Yeah, it's all like a nice pitch and then all the snow's backed up on the
Yeah,
side.
all the snow like literally right around the edges. Yeah, all the Scottish games are like that as well. Yeah.
Well, speaking of football,
Ooh.
we have, I think it's been out since December, but
Yeah.
we do have the State League Night Series fixtures up.
We do.
Yep. So obviously the NPL's got theirs. And the really cool thing is that in Group C,
Let's see if I can get this up
Yeah.
on here. Hey, Tadu.
yeah, so we've
There
got
we
it here. So in Group C, we're going to jump 3 stages first. We've got Fremantle City, Curtin Uni, UWA, and we've got Dianella.
That's a dynamite group right there.
So it's going to be good. We're going to hopefully get to play each other,
That would be awesome.
which would be awesome and good. And we'll go back to Group A. So Group A, I've got Joondalup United, Balga, Quins, and Wanneroo.
That's an interesting group because they're all like Joondalup United, definitely a big force, as well as Quins.
Yeah.
Balga struggling in State League 2. It'd be interesting to see how they cope. And Wanneroo right up there. They were doing extremely well in State League 2 last season.
It's a good mix.
Yeah, good side. Played against them a few times last season and was lucky to get a few wins against them. But
At least they don't have to travel far, eh? All that group there. It's all at Wanneroo.
yeah, all in Wanneroo, yeah.
Which that's another good pitch too.
Speaking of, it's like February. It's a very, very early night series. So, like we're starting preseason this week.
Yeah.
So, we can hit Monday. So it's going to be Monday. What was it? The 4th?
Yep.
I think it is. And that's when we start preseason. So literally we've got like just over a month to get ourselves into somewhat decent shape to be able to play at a decent level. And you know how some teams do take the night series very seriously, and some teams are like, it's a preseason comp.
That's it. It is. We've obviously got a new coach now down at Curtin, and I think he's got a bit of a job in his hands because we're starting Sunday that weekend, the 21st of Feb, so it kicks off on the 19th.
Yep.
It's only a month really to pick a squad and to get to drill in that formation and to just the style of play that Troy wants to go ahead with.
Correct.
So it'd be very interesting.
It's not a lot of time. It really isn't. And especially if you've got a new squad together. If you've purchased a lot of new players and you're bringing in new players into a squad, or your starting 11's completely different, it can take some time.
Oh yeah.
Like as we know, it can take some time for a team to really start to delve together. And we had that same thing at Dynel. It was a completely new squad, so it took us some time to get used to each other. But once we did start getting, we started getting some results together, and we ended up finishing second in the end.
Speaking of signing people, I know that Freo City have signed a few people as well.
Mate, they've been going. I don't know how much. They must have some money somewhere.
Maybe struck gold somewhere, or
I don't know, but
investment.
they were shouting signings left, right, and center onto the old Facebook page.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see. Well, we're in that group, so with Fremantle, so it will be interesting to see how they turn out. Plus, they've got a new kit signing in Macron as well, so it'll be another Macron slowly taking over the world.
One step at a time.
Yeah, that's it. One club at a time.
Well, we've got Group B, which is, I'm going to call it should be called Group M besides Ashfield. So we've got Ashfield in there. We've got Mandurah City, Morley Windmills, and Murdoch, or Mum. We'll just call it Mum, and it's hosted at Murdoch. Again,
it's a tough one.
It would be tough. Mandurah City are a great team, so, and Ashfield as well. And you got Morley and Murdoch. So I know Morley have signed a few players as well.
They actually signed Balga's first team keeper from last season. I can't even remember his name.
You can't miss him because he's a big boy.
He's a solid
boy.
I can't even remember his name. That's going to bug me.
Yeah.
But
it'll hit you soon.
It'll hit me, and I'll be like,
just before we end the episode. So obviously we've already gone over Group C. So Group D, we'll jump straight in. So we got Forest United.
D.
Yeah. We've got Kelmscott, Subiaco, and Gosnells. That's hosted at Crazy Domain Stadium, which is located down at Forest or Hartfield Park if you want to.
Yeah, if you want to go all retro.
Yeah. Find a car park.
Or I was at Game Guardian Stadium last season or season before.
Crazy Domain's got a bit of a ring to it.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Makes it sound a bit quirky. Crazy Domain Stadium.
I know we've talked about it many times. Good setup there.
Yeah.
Good stadium.
Good Forey burger.
Oh yeah, love a good Forey burger and an $8 pint. So Group E: Olympic Kingsway, Kingsley, West Side, Swan United, and Carramar Shamrock Rovers are in there, and that's held at Macedonia Park.
That'll be an interesting one as well. Like Group E, you've got a lot of sides that've got something to prove. So I think didn't Kingsway win State League 1? So you got Kingsway that won State League 1, and then Carramar that won State League 2.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so you got two contenders there.
Yeah, so you got two people that are almost playing for bragging rights there, and then you've got Swan who are. They struggled last season, to say the least. And then Kingsley had an okay debut season in State League. I wouldn't say it was great, but I definitely would say that they hung in there. They definitely held their own against some good teams. So
interesting to see how they go.
Yes, it would be. So what is it? Next Group F?
Yep,
Western
Group
Knights?
F. So we've got Western Knights. We've got Canning City.
Oh, that's me.
Sterling Lions and Joondalup City. So that's the first game there on Sunday the 21st is held at Edinburgh, which is Curtin's home.
Edinburgh.
And then we've got the Macedonia Park down there as well. And that's Sterling Lions home ground, isn't it?
I think, Sterling Macedonia, So Massey's Park, yeah.
So again, another...
That's a good setup as well. It's a really good setup.
Agreed. Good group. It's going to be interesting to see how that... It'll be a tough group, I think, for that.
I think there's not many clear-cut groups there, to be honest. You can probably take a good stab at who's going to finish where in each group. But it's always... Pre-season is always interesting.
That first two... Because really, we've got 4 rounds. So those first 2 games are the doozy ones. They're the ones that could pretty much make or break your progression in the night series.
Yeah.
But then also depends on how seriously you take it as a player and also as a coach and the team, how you want to approach the night series. For me personally, I think you should take it as seriously as possible because that can kind of make or break your your season. You know, you don't want to start off on a bad foot.
Yeah, it's one of them things that's like, I think you kind of have to, I think just as a team, you have to approach every game in it to win it. You know, you're not there to lose. You're there to go in, you win it. And I think depending on what results you get is dependent on how you reflect on the night series.
Yep.
So I think, you know, if you do well, then all of a sudden you're like, all right, cool, let's plan, let's go ahead, let's try and win it. If you don't do too well and you realize, okay, things aren't working, we can maybe experiment, try a few people in different positions, figure out why things aren't working as good as they should be. And you can use that as a learning curve before you hit the season hard to go, okay, we had these problems in this competition. We're going to rectify these problems before during the gap between night series and season starting.
Also, too, it gives you a bit of a taste on what, say for us, we've got Freo City, they're in State Div 1.
Yep.
So it gives us a bit of a taste of what Div 1's like. And also, too, we get to feel each other out in the game. So that'll go for...
Yeah, so UWA and Freo, both State League 1 sides. So it's good to test your skills against other State League sides to see what really stacks up. Because there's a lot of different opinions on this. A lot of people think the difference between State League 2 and State League 1 is, you know, significant. So it's quite interesting to actually...
Yeah, I just realised all State Div 1 are to the left and all State League 2 are to
Two
the right.
to the right, yeah.
There we go. Just work that out just then. So look, it'll be good. It'll be interesting. It's very, very excited. And I think I speak for Tommy as well. I'll be excited to get back into actually playing again.
Yeah.
So Friday, the 19th of February. So put that in your diaries. And I do, if you just scroll down there, Tommy, and what was because obviously we're going to be playing each other soon. And I can't remember what date it was.
It would be the last. It's round 3 we play each other. So I think it's this one. It's
7th of March. There we go.
There you go. Dinella v Curtin Sunday.
7 o'clock kickoff. Not too bad. Not too bad.
Night game at Edinburgh.
I do like a night game.
Yeah.
So that'll be I do know that we most likely will be recording that game on the Vivo, whatever it's called.
Oh, the VEO. Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So that'll be good. And we'll have to maybe work something out as well so we can get a bit of a...
Yeah, we're going to have to put an episode together for that. You know, we've got a few plans into the new year for the YouTube channel and see where we're going to go with that.
Yeah.
You know, we've been scrolling, texting, trying to figure out what we're going to do in the new year. We're going to set a couple of goals and mainly for you guys, get you some more content. I think that's the goal.
Agreed.
Get more content, get more laughs, get more fun. And it's going to be interesting. 2021, it's got to be better than 2020.
Well, it has to be. Really.
There was a lot of good things in 2020, but there was a lot of bad.
Especially at the end there.
Yeah,
I think that's
a lot of
what
bad.
you look at. It like the season, you know, it was good just to go back and play football.
Yeah.
Because it was all up in the air, and I think WA was quite lucky over some of the other states that got a bit written off, and even now we're quite lucky where we don't really have to walk around and wear masks.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, we can still hang out with friends. You know, go to the shops.
Perth's the place to be.
Yeah,
It's literally like, you know, it's one of the best places to be, not only in Australia, but in the world per se at the moment. So yeah, just very lucky to be looking forward to playing football and enjoying somewhat of, if things keep going the way they're going, to you know, a future of a good potential year.
pretty much.
As opposed to, you know, if you're in the UK, you're wondering, you know, when the hell you're going to get out of lockdown.
Yeah, well, because I think they just had a new strain that came out. So let's just hope it doesn't interfere with the EPL.
Exactly, you know, because you've been enjoying that, haven't you?
I have been enjoying it. Waking up at 4 a.m. this morning to watch it.
Oh, yes.
But look, that's the next segue. Let's just jump straight into the Premier League.
Yeah, let's discuss the Premier League. And then the one thing I actually want to talk about is Matty Ryan. Now
Because he's been dropped a couple of times, hasn't he?
He's been dropped pretty much. He's been dropped. That's him. I think he's kind of lost his spot.
Ooh.
I'm not sure what the story is behind it. There's not been really much talk about it, but apparently he's fully fit and I don't even think he's on the bench.
Really?
I'm pretty sure.
Do you think there's something else? There might be something between the lines. Who knows? But I haven't seen much on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that has
said anything about it. But
It's been very quiet and very hush-hush. There's a few things on Optus Sport that they're just saying like, oh yeah, Matty Ryan's going to be potentially moved. There's talks of a transfer in
Maybe
the
that's
January
why.
window, and that could be potentially why. And to be fair, the goalkeeper that's stepped up for him, I don't think he's really done anything wrong.
well, that's that. I guess that's just the luck of the draw, isn't it? Well, not luck. They both work very, very hard, I guess, and at elite level what they are playing in the Premier League. But
Yeah, it's
if a coach doesn't like or sees you had 1 or 2 bad games, then that could be it, make or break you.
It is one of them things as well. It's very difficult, and there's such minute things that separates goalkeepers, especially when you're talking at that. So that's one of the top levels of football in the world. You're thinking of the littlest things that separate one goalkeeper from the next, and it's literally one aspect of their game that might be slightly better that one coach prefers.
It could be the style of play that the team wants to go for.
Correct.
You know, so playing from the back or just those little things, like you said, make a big difference. But speaking on that though, do you think? So I was thinking on the drive over here, Tommy, that so the high, say the high pressure teams are the good teams. So say Liverpool, United, Chelsea. We'll even throw Arsenal in there. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, all those teams that are high profile teams. Do you think there's more pressure on those goalkeepers, or do you think that the lower teams that are in there, there's kind of more pressure on them because they're facing obviously top strikers? So like Liverpool, for example. You know, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know it's in the high 20s for their goal difference or something. So a lower team, I watched the United and Aston Villa game today. That keeper made some great saves. You know,
Aston Villa keeper, yeah.
But then you've got the pressure of being
who's the Aston Villa keeper? Barthez or something, is it?
I can't remember off the top of my head. Sorry.
Yeah.
If my old coach Elvis, he's a big Villa fan, so I haven't texted him yet, but I'll probably do a bit later. Very, very, very good game though. It went to 1-1. Really good game, but I think there'd be a bit of pressure on, for example, Taya, because you are facing. There's still a content. There's no easy games in the Premier League.
No,
you know what I mean?
It's a difficult one because most of the time. So if you're thinking of like a top, let's just call them a top 5 squad in the EPL, as opposed to a bottom 5 squad. So obviously the bottom 5 squad are going to be facing more shots and therefore conceding more goals, as opposed to your Manchester Uniteds, your Chelseas, your Liverpools, who won't face as many shots.
Well, the Man City is going to forget that.
Man City's, they're not going to face as many shots because the defense in front of them and the defense in midfield are better at defending. But the shots that they do face, they're considered to be, they're considered to save more, I think.
Yeah.
But obviously depending on the shot.
That's it.
And it also comes down to the style of play as well. Like, especially in the modern day game, goalkeepers are expected to do a lot more than just save the shots nowadays. We're part of the distribution from the back. So we've seen it recently with a few mistakes being made from the back, and it leads to goals. Bad clearances, bad distribution, not kick the ball out effectively, and it just comes straight back. And all of a sudden it leads to a goal. So there's a lot of pressure on these keepers, but
whether hard one, isn't it?
Whether or not there's more pressure, I would say no in some ways, and also say yes in other ways, because obviously when you look at high profile clubs, there's more people supporting them clubs. So you've got more people that are looking at you, and there's more people that have expectations of you. And then there's more phones in hands. There's more people with Twitter accounts, Facebook accounts, commenting, shit save, whatever.
Yeah.
He should have saved that, whatever.
Yeah, it's a very interesting subject, and I think you could really pick apart and pull it apart and stuff. But it was just something that occurred to me just driving here, and I just thought, well, it'd be interesting to see what it'd be, because being a goalkeeper in that level, even the other levels, our level, there's still pressure there.
Yeah, there's always pressure at being a goalkeeper, always.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Well, like I said, if the striker gives the ball away, nobody cares. They're like, oh yeah, you probably should have done something better with it, but it's not. If I give the ball away, it's a goal.
Exactly.
And you know, we as semi-professionals or part-time professionals, depending on what you want to call us, games. I'd say most games are within 1 or 2 goals.
Oh yeah, every now and then you'll get the blowout.
Yeah,
but you're right. Yeah,
most games are 1, 2, maybe 3 goals. So you know that goals are so precious, and you can't afford to let in ones that shouldn't have gone in. So when you make that costly mistake, you potentially lost a game for your squad, or lost 2 points, maybe even 3 points for your squad. And you know, and that can sometimes be the difference between finishing second, finishing first, and you know, and especially with the newest season on board, everybody's about that business, about winning, getting promotion. You know, there's a few teams that are chasing promotion. They want to get up there, they want to get back to NPL. I know Dianella definitely got that in their tracks, and that's what they want to do. And I'm delighted to be a part of that, and hopefully play my part. But we'll see what happens. But yeah,
I know a lot of players did take last year off too.
Yeah, because of pay and pay problems, and they're like, oh yeah, we're not paying players, and that's fair enough. Like, you know, a lot of clubs were struggling last season financially. So this season will be a lot different with regards to players, you know, coming out of their, you know, call it like a gap year.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. And it'll be interesting to see what players come back, you know, in what form, and it's going to be getting done pretty quickly. Like, you know, it'll literally be a month of training, and then all of a sudden we'll be playing games. There'll be a few friendlies, I'll assume, before night series. So I'm gathering.
I know we've got a couple late January, I think.
Yeah, so literally it will be a couple of weeks of preseason, and then we'll be into more preseason plus games, and then it'll be night series, more training, and then the season will be on us very, very quickly. So I'm looking forward to it though. Like, it's gonna be a good season. It'll be interesting to see if they adapt some of the things from last year into this year, like the split, or maybe the cup, the top 4 cup. Are they going to introduce that?
To be honest with you, I don't think they will. I think they'll go back to the OG style.
Yeah.
Because, you know, special times call for special occasions. So I think I did that.
For sure.
But look, I'm excited. I've got a new pair of boots. I know you've got. Did you have you wore your boots yet?
I haven't worn my new boots yet.
Neither have I.
I'm looking forward to wearing my Mizunos.
Because you got all black, yeah?
All black Mizunos. I can't even remember. They're like Morelia or Morelio Neo 3s or 2s.
You don't see, like, I know, I think, what's his name? I think Tim Cahill might have worn them, or was it? I know there was an Australian player that wore the Mizunos, and every now and then you see some of the Premier League players and wear them, and they're Japanese.
I've heard nothing but good things about Mizuno. The only bad thing I've heard about Mizuno is that they're expensive.
Yeah.
So luckily I got these on a sale price because they were like last year's stock or whatever at the end of the year. You know, that's the best time to buy the boots. If you're looking at saving a bit of money and going for last year's stock.
Nothing wrong with that. They do the same damn thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just the same boot, so it's just in a different colorway normally. And normally I go with a Copa, but I was like, you know what? I'll mix it up. I've heard good things about Mizuno.
Different, yeah.
So I'll give them a try, see how they go. If worst comes to worst, I'll just go back to my Copas. But, looking for you love that fresh boot feeling when you go back. You know?
But you never make the rookie mistake though. When you do your first training session with a new boot, always bring your old boots.
Oh yeah,
just in case.
I always bring them, and usually you break them in slow, or just usually like half a session in them.
Just depending how well they fit too.
Because sometimes you get away with it. Sometimes you might just, you know, their boot might fit well, and there's very little breaking in. Or some boots are just you just got to break. You fully got to break them in. It depends on a few things like the material and stuff, you know, like, but we tend to go with the more kangaroo leather type of boots.
That's what I went this year. So I was very lucky that Santa brought me a pair of Copas.
You got the De Gea ones, the Copa.
Copa 20.1, the black and orange ones.
Black and orange. Oh, they're so sexy.
It's funny though, because he was wearing the blue ones, the blue and white ones. And then literally as soon as I got them, I'm like, oh, this is awesome. And then I watched the game, I think it was Boxing Day or whatever. And there he is wearing. I'm like, oh yeah,
yeah, oh yeah, go ahead, De Gea's boots.
So I think the one thing I will do because the molded ones,
Yeah.
molded studs.
You want to get the hybrids, the stud.
Yeah, so I think that's what I'll do as well. I'll get another pair, just because some of the pitches we play on, it's just good.
As a goalkeeper, yeah, it's definitely good. Like the molded stud's great, but yeah, I definitely as a goalkeeper, you kind of like to have that metal stud just to give you that little extra grip on a few of the surfaces.
That's it. And it does take a little while to get used to when you wear those metal studs, but
yeah, it feels different. It does. It definitely brings a different feel to a boot. So yeah, and again breaking them in, but I think if you get like two of the same boot with just different stud patterns, it should be okay. It's not as bad.
No, I did that a couple of years ago. Did the same thing, one with the mixed and one with the normal, and just did the same.
You just rotate.
Yeah, so look, it's going to be very, very interesting. I know we're both over the moon, as mentioned before, so it's going to be good.
Yes, I'm looking forward to this season. Just looking forward to this year in general. Just glad to get out of 2020 alive and
Yeah, without getting the virus.
yeah, and
Are you
keen for some newer things in 2021?
Yeah. What gloves are you going to wear? Are you going the orange ones, or what are you going to go with the
do you know
SDLs?
what I actually did the other day during a few of the days I had off over the Christmas period? I cleaned out because I've got a little wardrobe in my garage where all my football stuff has. So literally I've got kits, bags, and all my gloves get kept in like the section at the top.
It opens it up and it's like a cartoon.
Literally, yeah. So like it was just so disorganized because I've just randomly bought gloves and I was like, okay, I need to organize it. So I organized. Okay, these ones are too far gone. I put them to one side and I went, okay, these ones I can use for training, and these ones I was like, these ones are close to new game ones that I've maybe only won for one or two games. And I still had 4 pairs of gloves that were still in plastic.
Nice.
SDLs, like different cuts. So I think actually, I stand corrected, all hybrids, just different styles. So
okay.
2 of the older style, full fluoro orange, and one of them was purple and orange.
Oh yeah.
And
I
then
like that one.
and then the other ones were the newer ones. So the fluoro yellow and the fluoro green new neo hybrid with the injected nickels.
Yeah.
Latex injected. Was it? No, silicone injected.
Yeah, so I'm gonna. They're gonna be my match games. I think I've got the all black. So hopefully I'll probably get another pair.
I did look at the all black ones and I was like, yeah, they're nice, but I was like, I like a bit of color. I was just like, I've got the green ones and the fluoro yellow ones, and so I've got 4 pairs, literally waiting for the new season.
Ready to rock and
roll, and I've still got another 2 or 3 that are pretty much brand new condition.
Yeah, but you'll probably still end up buying more.
Oh yeah, I'll acquire.
As we both will.
I'll acquire them throughout the season because as soon as Stu drops a new glove, it's like, you got to get it. And we'll be bringing Stu on board as a new sponsor for 2021 as well.
Yep,
so we're
happy
looking forward to getting him on board. And get some more SDL stuff in here. Get some more SDL stuff.
That's it, just right across, just here.
Yes,
Just a big
SDL.
We touched hands. How romantic. All right, so
That's against our COVID controls, mate.
yeah. Oh, there's kind of a gap there. We'll wash our hands later on.
That's it.
So Tommy, again, as I mentioned before, I was thinking in the car about a question, but instead of organising my gloves, I just happened to go on YouTube and I just like watching random goalkeeper videos and.
Yeah, I noticed that. You did send. Who did you send me the other day?
Well, I
this
sent
guy?
you Lev Yashin. Lev Yashin.
I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because I don't want to show any disrespect.
I've had.
Let's see if I can find this.
I've had it confirmed. I'm pretty sure that I've pronounced right, but no, me, I'll probably mess it up.
Okay, so give me a little bit of background on this.
All
guy.
right. So this gentleman here was born on the 22nd of October, 1929 in Soviet Union, so the old Russia.
Right. So he's a Russian goalkeeper.
Russian goal, or at this time was Soviet. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So he unfortunately passed away 20th of March 1990. So he died at the age of 60 years old, which is a good innings for a goalkeeper. And the harsh life
human, though, it's not a good. That's not a good inning. 60
years. That's not too bad. Being
Not too
that
bad.
how it would have been back in those times.
I was going to say, okay, yeah, maybe back in them days, yeah.
So that's a war as well to go through.
Yeah, to live through. Well, that would have been 2, wouldn't it? 2 World Wars.
Yeah, yeah. Well, 1 and 2. Well,
1 and
yeah,
2.
Yeah, I think so. Geez, I think we need
45 is when World War II finished. I can't remember when World War One finished though.
Oh, look, we'll probably get people saying about it, but we'll look into it. We'll look into it because that'd be interesting. Because it'd be actually really good. That'll be another thing about looking at the football during the World War One and Two and what happened.
It would be interesting to see, like
because there was a movie about was it World War One? I think when it was like
there was a goalkeeper one, and there was during wars and stuff. I think it's called the goalkeeper or something like that.
Yeah, because I know there's another one where Sylvester Stallone filled in for the goalkeeper, but he was American GI and he helped. It's like Pelé was in it and a few other players were in it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Memo Old Man. We've talked about it before on the show. You right there, mate? Just
I'm sweating.
burn
It is
up a heat.
hot in here.
So
I'm taking off all my clothes.
Oh, look out. So from 1950 to 1970, he played for Dynamo Moscow. He played 326 appearances for the club. 1954 to 1970, he played for the Soviet Union national team. So the World Cup team or Olympic team, what do you call it.
Okay.
So he won the Olympic Games in 1956, was actually held in Melbourne, Olympic Games. And the final, the gold medal, game was played on December the 8th, 1956. Soviet played Yugoslavia and they won 1-0. So again, that's when we talked about those
close games
where that would be a lot of pressure on because Yugoslavia went through some of the games and I think they beat a team like 6-0, I think, or something like that. So they were obviously a good team. And that was at the MCG. There was 86,716 in attendance.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
MCGs, that's nearly full.
Yeah, well, I think it's 100,000 for the...
Yeah, MCG, I think, can do 100. So it's pretty bloody full.
Oh, yeah. It'll be... And most of that, I reckon, would be standing, too.
I was going to say, like, the atmosphere, though, hey?
That'd be crazy. You wouldn't understand what they were saying.
Yeah.
And I do remember, I think it was an Australian referee, too, for that game. So it would have been a fiery game.
So the question is, Yatesy, though, what made you want to search about this Lev Yashin? So what...
Well,
what about him?
So, in that Olympic game, he made such an impact and impression, and because I think it was in the 1956. I think it was the first time the World Cup, because that was held in Sweden.
Yeah.
Was actually televised around the world.
Wow. Okay.
So that was what he was wearing. It was a very, very dark blue, but it looked black obviously on TV. I think black and white TV.
Yeah.
No HD in that time. So that gave him the nickname the Black Spider or the Black Panther.
Okay.
So and this is why, because I was actually very intrigued about this fact that he was chosen for the FIFA World Cup of all times of the 20th century.
Yeah.
FIFA said that he saved 150 penalties, and I think it was like 250 clean sheets or something ridiculous like that.
That's nuts.
Yeah. So in 1963, he received the Ballon d'Or, the Golden Ball Award.
Yeah.
That's how it. And it stands at this point, and this on the Wikipedia. He's the only goalkeeper to do so.
Right. So this is the only goalkeeper in history to win the Ballon d'Or, which is basically the Player of the Year award.
Pretty much, yeah.
That usually gets given to a Messi or a Ronaldo.
Yeah, well, they're the two people at the moment. So people like, Michael Owen, Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, like these type of high caliber players.
Yeah.
That's
crazy. That's that's nuts.
I think there's maybe one or two that have, because it goes for the top three. And I think maybe one or two might have been goalkeepers to get some votes, but never to win it. Because
literally, goalkeepers never win it and then they invented the Golden Glove Award just to give the freaking goalkeepers
some acknowledgement for keepers. Yeah.
And now that's awesome. That's really cool. All right,
so this is a video that actually came across first that got me intrigued about it.
All right, I'll put this up so you guys can see.
There we go. So people, if you're driving home, we're just going to watch this video.
Yes. So we will react and just have a watch. If you would like to view our video and watch our pretty faces on screen, you can hit us up at our YouTube channel I was going to say Tommy Gun GK, but it's not. It's Inside 6 Yards.
Yes, we've changed it.
Yeah, there you go. So Inside 6 Yards. Find us on YouTube. We are so close to 400 subscribers. We're very close. So please hit that likes button and subscribe button and comment on the videos as well. Let us know what you'd like to see more of as well.
And also comment on today's video and tell us when World War I ended if you want to, so you don't have to research it.
Yeah, that'd be great. Save the research.
Yeah.
So some of the footage here is really old, eh? Black and
Look
grey.
at that.
Oh, Jesus.
So they are wearing the gloves there, the gardening gloves that look alike.
Yeah.
So and just that he's 6'2", I think he was, so around the same height as me.
This is quite interesting. Gotta love the number one.
Oh yeah, look at that straight.
Love
in.
the punching technique.
I think he was the one that actually
Look at
brought
that.
it in.
See,
yeah,
just to pause it on there. So that technique that he's just done, that's a modern technique.
yep.
That's not old school. So to me, old school is rush out, dive at his feet, Schmeichel style. That is more
Hold your ground, let them make.
hold your ground, let them react to the save, which is what they teach now. And this guy's doing it in black and grey.
Yeah, and what in 1956? I think this was the some of this footage would be from the World Cup.
So were you saying that new modern coaching of technique of goalkeeping is not really new? It's more old? It's old?
You know that thing,
Or-
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Or is he just way above his...
Well, they
Or is-
say that he was the one who started all that. You know, the technique like you mentioned before was punching.
Yeah.
A lot of goalkeepers would catch it, but then his thing was, well, if I punch it as far away as possible, they're not going to get it. And some of the reactions are just crazy,
The athleticism, like, shown is... Yeah.
and the bravery too, like that.
Oh, man, just diving at people's feet.
And that ball ain't that's a concrete ball. That is, that would be like the thick pig leather. Whoa.
Oh, yeah. Rushing. So he's a sweeper keeper too.
Yeah,
Oh, top hand save.
that was crazy.
That's nuts.
He's-
That is absolutely nuts.
So, and you know, these are the
Look at... Oh,
Oh,
what a
great shot.
rocket.
great shot and great save.
What a rocket.
So, and this is
I would hate to think what these players could do with a modern ball.
Oh yeah.
Because if they're kicking it like that, they would absolutely destroy a
I
modern
think a player
ball.
like Bobby Charlton, imagine what he could do if he had a proper.
Man, that's nuts.
And you think of the boots that they're wearing too, like all the stuff that they've had back then.
I love the bravery though. That's like, you know, diving at people's feet. You know, that's the stuff that keepers get really applauded for. That you know, nowadays that
Oh,
without
big
double
right hand
save.
save. He's a big figure. He is.
Yeah.
Adidas. Oy.
Oh, look at that. Just that footage though.
And the quality, that's awesome.
Oh my god. No HD stuff here, fellas.
Nah, it's just black and white, pixelated. Oh. Look at the crowd too. Knows how close they're sitting?
Yeah, that is nuts.
All wearing the hat too. Peaky Blinder hat.
And the drop kick. And the punch.
That was a good save. And he caught it too. And also too, just his quick distribution from the back as well, going
Yeah.
out wide. So, and that the other thing too, I forgot to mention, just that commanding presence at the back. You know, to go, navigating where players to go, continuously talking, which you know, as we both know, how important it is to control your back line.
So important these days. And coaches and managerial staff that you play with won't accept it if you're not good at them skills. You know, they will pick you up on it and they will say, that is your area, you command that area. And if you don't command that area, they'll find somebody that will, especially when you get to our level.
Communication. Ooh,
Great save.
It looks like they're not playing on anything. It's just all white.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Or-
Literally, if you want to find this compilation, all you need to do is,
Black Spider.
you just research the Black Spider goalkeeper in YouTube, and you'll be able to find this compilation. It is utterly amazing.
It's probably a different video that we normally would watch, being the obviously the quality, how old these footage is, and how old the goalkeeper is.
I think it's actually not a bad thing. Like, I think this is something that we can maybe adapt into more of a regular thing on the podcast. We can
Find
look
a
at
keeper.
look at older goalkeepers, look at, you know, see if we can find older footage of goalkeepers and just react to. Yeah, look, it's amazing,
So he
amazing.
So before, when he was playing for Dynamo Moscow, he actually struggled a bit to get into the first team. So he had a couple of appearances for the first team,
Yeah,
then got dropped, and then became, I think someone got injured, and that's how he got in. And then from there, he just rocketed.
that's the thing. So sometimes it just takes that, you know, like we said with opportunities. You know, when you get that opportunity as a backup or secondary keeper, you need to take it.
Yeah.
And it's one of the things that you do build a good relationship between first team but realistically, you're all just trying to get into that first team, and we've got that mutual respect between other goalkeepers to go, if I get injured, you take the step up. And if he plays well in that spot and he's doing well, there's no reason for you to step back into that spot. So
that's it. You got to fight for your spot, and that goes to all positions, really, doesn't it? Because you can't expect it to get a golden carpet to walk out to when you come back from injury, because if you do a hammy or quad or break a finger, let's hypothetically say 6 weeks recovery time.
Yeah.
Yes, you'll be 6 weeks recovered, but you're not match fit, or you don't know how that finger's or leg or arm or whatever's going to go in that after that 6 weeks. So it could take you 10, 12 weeks.
Correct. And it's just the only unfortunate thing about being a goalkeeper is that there's no flexibility. So it's literally you're a goalkeeper or you're not. Sometimes with outfield players, they can go, oh, I'm a left back, but, this mate's got injured. He's injured. Can you play right back? No worries.
That's it. And
that's the little things that can be a little bit flexible for outfield, but in goalkeeper, it's like, are you a goalkeeper? Yes. Yeah. Are you a goalkeeper? No. Literally, that's it.
Especially too, if you are coming out of injury for maybe a winger or a striker, there's 10 minutes to go. Yeah, okay, off you go for a run, test it, don't push it. Or if you do play and you get injured, you've got someone in that 5 subs or 4 subs that can be used to take your position. Where a goalkeeper, there's only one person there.
Correct.
It is a hard situation sometimes.
But it's interesting because I've never actually seen 2 goalkeepers get injured in the one game.
No,
the first team and the reserve goalkeeper. So like the reserve replaces the first team, and then the reserve picks up an injury. I've seen cards. So like the first team keeper's got injured, other keepers come on and got a card, or red card, or I've seen the substitution. They run out of subs, and then the first team keeper gets injured or sent off. That's the common one.
Yeah.
So they've done all their subs, and then in like the last 5 minutes, first team keeper gets a red card or gets injured.
Back or the striker goes up front, depending. Goes in goal.
That just reminds me of who was it? Harry Kane, Tottenham.
Oh, when he went in goals.
Yeah. When he wore that purple shirt.
Yeah.
That was actually a really nice shirt too. And he takes the free kick and it goes straight at him and it goes through his legs. It's like, ugh.
It'll take rules to be, especially an outfield player and that level, or really any game, to go, okay, the keeper's injured or be sent off. I'll put my hand up to go in goals, because it's a lot of responsibility for that outfield player. Yes, you're expected if something happens. You're not they don't guarantee you're going to save it, but still.
I think just for me, all I think about is when an outfield player goes in goals, all I can think about is the guy from Vinny Jones.
Oh, Vinny Jones when he went in goals.
When he went in goals and absolutely killed it.
Yeah.
He just literally destroyed everyone. And,
was good.
and man, he was so good. And he was such a natural because he is a psycho. And you need that element of craziness as a keeper. So he just suited that role so well.
Very good actor too.
Yeah. Love Vinny Jones. He just plays every movie. He just plays Vinny Jones. This is the side of Vinny Jones. This is gangster Vinny Jones.
Yeah, just a lad. Just a geezer. Sorry. Oh, gotta love it.
But that's good, like man. Like I really enjoyed that. I didn't know. I actually didn't even know that it was a goalkeeper that actually won the Ballon d'Or. I didn't think that was possible, but there you go.
Yeah, it's very, very interesting. And when you think back in those times, what it was like, you think training conditions, equipment, and to come up with all odds and pull off that, 150 penalty saves.
That's a lot. That's a lot of penalty saves. And to be fair, like we're not supposed to save penalties.
No.
Like everyone loves a penalty save, apart from the guy that takes the penalty.
Yeah.
But we all love penalty saves. So to pull off multiple of them, which was good. I actually had a good stat for penalties last season. I was 3 from 5.
That's not bad.
So I saved 60% of penalties for last season. I was bloody happy with that. But Still, that's only
Oh, yeah.
3 penalty saves, not 250.
You think how many he faced too, really?
Yeah, I was going to say, to save 250, how many penalties do you have to save? Or like to face?
And they wouldn't be given away like they do now. No. You know, they're not giving out free candy. It's,
Man, it is ridiculous. This is another topic we need to talk about, penalties and so many of them getting saved and then pulled back because the goalkeeper's heel is 1 millimeter off the line.
I get like in saying that, you know, I agree with, you know, it is taking the mickey.
Yeah.
But then in saying that though, you got to follow the rules. Same like if he didn't put the ball on the spot and put it a couple of mil forward. Yeah, it's a tough one too. But like, you know, most of them, you look at the keepers for the Premier League got penalties.
Yeah.
Even if they go in, most goalkeepers come off the line. So technically they should be taking it again, shouldn't they? But
Exactly.
look, I think it's definitely another topic for another day because you could talk hours about that.
Man, look, I understand it for both ways, but then it's like it's the same with the offsides nowadays in the Premier League. The offsides need to be fixed because if I'm looking at it without the lines, and I can just say, oh no, he's onside, but then they're measuring it not from his foot, they're measuring it from
any impeding body part, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like they're measuring it from his shoulder because he's leaning forward.
Or his
knee. Their knee.
That's
not the
a common
foot.
one. Yeah.
And then it's like, oh no, he's a millimeter offside. And I'm like, are you serious? And like, you know, especially, you know, we talk about it all the time. Goals are so important. We can't afford to give them away. And when you score a goal, it's like, yes. And then to get it stripped away from you so often, so many goals being scratched off is ridiculous.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not even sure about the new rule about, you know, like the referees holding up the flag and they're waiting to hold it up till they've scored, and then they hold up the flag and go, oh no, you're offside. Then they review it and he was a millimeter offside, and they're like, nah. It's like, so I went through all that effort, scored the goal, and I was only this much offside from my shin or my knee. It's ridiculous, and that's from a goalkeeper's point of view. You know,
the only thing that's good for is play the whistle, because how many times in every league a guy would be offside or appear to be offside, and everyone just stops. And go, oh, he's offside, and then he scores, and it's a goal.
Yeah.
Play the whistle. Yep. But it is frustrating, especially in the Premier League. You know, see scores a goal and like, oh yeah, and then the flag's up.
Literally, you see it in every goal celebration now. You'll watch the striker; they look right back at the linesman, and they're waiting for them to put the flag up. And if they put the flag up, they're like, oh, I'm not going to celebrate.
Damn. Yeah, there's been a couple embarrassing.
And then it takes 2 or 3 minutes, and then even if they come out and go, yeah, no worries, that's a goal. The moment's gone. The moment's gone. You haven't celebrated because you didn't want to prematurely celebrate it, and now you want to celebrate, but you're like, well, I scored the goal 5 minutes ago. I'm not really.
Yeah, I'm over it now.
I'm not amped anymore. Let's get on with it. And it takes that. Yeah.
It's frustrating. Very, very frustrating.
Yeah. So there's got to be a better way. There's got to be a better way, and I hope they find it.
I think they will soon. I think it'll come to
the technology is brilliant though.
Oh yeah.
I'm not going to lie. Having the accuracy and the brilliance to be able to say, oh yeah, that ball crossed the line, the goal line technology, brilliant. You know, the ability to review things and give out cards associated with it, and you know, to change and go, no, that was actually a red card offense. Fair enough, that's good.
Especially off the field plays.
Yeah.
Like
oh yeah, they can review it and be
scenes,
like, no, you elbowed him in the face. That's a red card. We don't want to have that. And I agree with that. That's brilliant. You know, these players are professionals. They need to hold themselves accountable to that type of stuff. So I love it. I think that's brilliant. But like things like that, they need to be used properly, and the technology's there, but it needs to be used in a good way.
Agreed.
Yeah, but yeah, we could talk about this stuff.
Oh, definitely.
Ever.
So, so look, I think that's the gist of it for today's episode, Tommy. I think
so, mate. I think it's good to be back in 2021. It's good to be back behind the desk, back in the mics, and we will be doing some more training videos. We'll definitely be popping into the channel. So just keep us posted. If you've got any comments for us, or if you've got any ideas, feel free to hit that comment section
let us
down
know
below, and make sure you hit that subscribe button. But for now, I've been Tommy Gunn.
That'll make me 80.
And this has been Inside 6 Yards, guys. Take care, stay safe, and we'll see you in the next one.